Hey guys, we're back. We're the Disney Kremlins. I'm Chase. This is my attractive brother Cody.
Hey.
We're going to be talking about in this video the new Guardians of the Galaxy ride coming to Epcot at Future World. I'm so pumped for this. If you don't know by now, Guardians of the Galaxy 2 was my favorite movie ever. Guardians of the first one was just as good. I'm just like, I can't even get through this without like just completely smiling. Looking at the artwork, oh my goodness. Like, I'm just like so pumped for this ride. This is this is my favorite thing that came out of the D23 Expo. So you want to jump in?
Yeah, and based on the concept art, which we're going to put in here, it is taking out Ellen's Energy Adventure.
Yes.
Which
if I don't mean to interrupt you.
Go ahead.
But it's about time because that ride was just awful.
Yeah, and
if you do like the ride, I'm sorry, but it's just, it had to go. It was outdated. It was old. It wasn't entertaining at all.
it was long.
It was like 45 minutes long.
Yeah, it was so long.
It needed to be done. Like Epcot's supposed to be like, you're supposed to be experience like exciting things about, especially in Future World, you're supposed to experience the future. Like I don't need to learn outdated science stats.
Right.
Statistics, like, no. So sorry, I'm ranting. It's gonna make the video longer. Oh well. But you know, like I don't want to deal with people saying, oh no, I don't want Universe of Energy to leave. It was the worst, my worst attraction at Disney World, so just getting that out of the way. I'm sorry, you can go.
You good?
Yeah, I'm gonna get yelled at in the comments, but oh
well. I agree with everything you just said, like 95% of it. Ellen's had to go. It wasn't, for one, it wasn't factual anymore. I feel as it was educational. Well, not really. Most of the facts on there have been disproven, and it needed at least to be changed and reimagined and rethemed. Just because it was so old and so outdated, and it was so long. I mean, it was like 45 minutes, just drug out. I will say this: we are losing our #1 place to nap in the park.
That is true.
Always a great place to nap because it was never crowded and it had long benches. But we'll see. I'm really curious to see what goes in this building because at first the rumor was that they were going to tear down that building and build a Guardians of the Galaxy roller coaster. That's not the case with what we've heard. Well, what we've heard is that Ellen's Energy Adventure will close August 13th, 2017, and then Guardians of the Galaxy were replacing it. And the concept art,
you can clearly tell that that's the building.
Right, so. Exactly. But it was also referred to as an e-ticket attraction, so it's definitely going to be entertaining. I will say this: I like it. I love the idea of it. The one negative is I don't think it belongs in Epcot.
We have our separate opinions.
We do. The problem is at this point with Frozen and Nemo, it's kind of too late to turn back. You've already crossed the bridge of bringing intellectual properties into Epcot. But now what will differentiate Epcot from Magic Kingdom? And what will differentiate Epcot from Hollywood Studios or from Animal Kingdom? Animal Kingdom obviously is a little different because just all around it's a different theme park. That's what Epcot was supposed to be. Epcot was supposed to be Animal Kingdom, but with educational rides of the future. And something that Bob Chapek described it as Epcot, and this whole new renovation of Epcot was relevant and timeless. Well, you can't have both. You can't be relevant and timeless. You can't have something that is constantly relevant and lasts forever. That's not how that works. You know, like you have to pick one or the other. You can't have relevance and timelessness. You know, if it's relevant, great, but it's probably only going to be relevant for 15, 20 years max before you're going to have to redo it. In my opinion, the way Epcot was designed is it's supposed to be something that focuses on technology, and as technology advances, the park advances. So it's a park that's ever changing, every 5 to 10 years, and it's ever evolving, and it just hasn't turned into that. You know, the concept art looks great, as you can see here. But I'm not sure that Epcot was the place, and you know, some would say, well, then what's the solution? Well, you know, I don't know. I don't work in Disney Imagineering. But that is the one negative of it. But like I said, with Nemo and Frozen at this point, we've already crossed that bridge. Unfortunately, it's just gonna have to be something that we move on from. The one saving grace I think we have is Tom Fitzgerald being the Imagineer that's working on this. He was one of the Imagineers that was leading the Epcot project originally, back whenever the park first opened. So, you know, let's put our trust in him. You know, I mentioned this in another video that we've done on this. With Pandora, Disney's earned our trust. With announcing all these new changes, Disney's earned our trust. Let's just trust them to make an awesome ride, an awesome experience that everyone can enjoy. And I think that's what I'm looking forward to most coming out of this ride.
Just to go off what you just said, you know, like Epcot, you know, it's meant to be educational and entertaining at the same time. And like, kind of like how you don't like the whole like Disney characters being involved in that. But I'm just like, you know, like it wasn't working. Like Future World was in a terrible spot. There was nothing futuristic about it.
No, not at all.
I mean, even Mission Space, okay, I'm looking at a 12-inch TV screen and the ride's going along with it, and I push buttons that doesn't impact the ride at all.
No.
I mean,
you're 100% right. It was a park that was stuck in the early 90s, maybe even late 80s.
And so it's just like, you know, like Epcot was in desperate need of change.
Yes. I completely agree with everything you're saying.
This is definitely going to fix that issue.
No, I completely agree with everything you're saying. I'm glad that they're addressing the issue. I just wish they would have addressed it in a different manner, but I'm happy they're addressing the issue. And I think this ride's gonna be great, and I think that Epcot moving forward is gonna be awesome. You know, I look for new countries, cough cough, wink wink, Brazil, to be announced soon.
Wasn't confirmed at D23,
Yeah.
but who's to say it won't be?
Yeah, yeah, it wasn't confirmed at D23, and that was one of the ones that honestly I thought was a shoo-in. So we'll see what happens with that, but just in general, you know, this ride looks amazing. I can't wait to see what Disney does with it. So.
The concept art looks amazing. You have the Groot standing in front with a Rocket Raccoon at the bottom. The kid's actually taller than he is if you zoom in. I think that's fine. You have more. You have this alien-looking creature. You have the Nova ship. So I'm pumped. I'm a huge Marvel nerd, so I love this. It looks amazing.
Now, one thing that, you know, we really need to talk about is where does this leave the contract between Universal and Disney? For those that don't know, the contract states that Universal owns all rights to Marvel rides in Orlando.
The very limited research I've done, and I'm not the smartest person, so, but to my acknowledgement, there was specific Marvel, like, names
I think
listed.
you just made up a new word.
No.
Hashtag acknowledgement under this
Video.
video.
Whatever. But like in the contract, or whatever, it says like Avengers, you know, like specific like terms, and like I think, I'm not certain, but it's somewhere it mentions about it says current Universal rides. So I don't think the current attractions. So I don't think the Guardians of the Galaxy actually fits under that contract.
But if that was also the case,
Marvel related, so.
it is Marvel, and in that case, would Disney get in trouble for the Spider-Man merchandise they have set up in Magic Kingdom? You know, so it's definitely something to keep an eye on. It's definitely going to be interesting to see how it pans out. I think that, you know, obviously Disney has lawyers that get paid way too much money that are way smarter than we are to figure all this out. So I doubt they would announce a ride unless they were 100% sure it wasn't going to affect that contract. But it's definitely something to
watch for
and keep an eye on.
Especially with I mean, Marvel's only going to get bigger and bigger, especially with Infinity Wars coming out.
Right.
So,
agreed.
I mean, that's another thing what I like about Guardians. Like, they didn't just like replace it with like a ride like Ratatouille.
Right.
Like, Guardians of the Galaxy is going to be like a huge like market thing for Disney going forward.
Agreed.
So that's another benefit of this going into replacing Ellen's whatever it was.
Energy adventure.
Garbage, right?
You need it so much.
They should have replaced it. They should just like have the janitors perform there until it opens.
In the huge room.
Trash.
So there's our thoughts. Sorry, I had some in my eye.
It was a very controversial video.
Yeah, very controversial. We're gonna get a lot of hate mail based on Chase's comments.
Hey, you don't want Disney characters in Epcot, so
yes.
That's a separate video.
Anyways, we'll make a separate video on that later. But definitely subscribe to us, like this video, give us a thumbs up, let us know what you think about the Guardians attraction coming to Disney, whether you're excited, whether you have some of the same questions that we have about it. Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to check out our other videos that we have coming out. We've been releasing stuff from D23 ever since the news broke Saturday. So definitely be checking us out. We got a lot more videos to come. We're going to try to cover everything that was released for Disney nerds like us. It was a big weekend. So definitely check that out. Also, be sure to check us out on Instagram at the Disney Kremlins. We have a giveaway going out right now for two $50 Disney gift cards. All you have to do is subscribe and comment on our videos and share that post. You can get up to, I think, like 11 entries into the contest, so be sure to take full advantage of that and check us out. Let us know what you think. Let us know if you have any ideas for future videos. But until the next video, guys, Quaharini.